right, so I have a long African name, but just call me CFA. I'm currently director in Lagos and also regional director for the continent of Africa. Proudly so.
Wonderful. And then really quickly, CFA, can you tell me how much time do you spend running your chapter, generally speaking?
Well, so I like to see myself as an alpha human, so maybe not the normal kind of human being. I would say that I put in as much as 30 hours a week, but that's my choice. I enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that we're making an impact and we're changing lives. So it's fine by me. But yeah, I mean that's the number of time. In fact, some week I actually do 40 weeks, 40 hours per week. But it's fine by me. So maybe I'm not the right kind of person to answer this question, but yeah, that's me.
Well, and some of that is your role for Lagos, and some of that is your role as a regional leader as well.
Yes, so it's combined. So it's combined. So yeah, so both is combined. But for the Lagos role, I'll say somewhere around 15 hours. And that's because Lagos is a sort of a big chapter with big goals. We're tackling very big stuff. So for Lagos, it's not just about running the chapter. It's also about the fact that how can we create a corporate innovation program? How can we make university solution happen? How can we build a platform that can solve things around funding? So that's why Lagos is a bit different,
Awesome.
So I'll say 15 hours for Lagos, yeah.
Fantastic. And what are your responsibilities as a local leader?
Well, so primarily, my responsibility as what you will call so my responsibility range from things around managing the brand locally, ensuring that everything that has to do with Founder Institute is what it should be, sort of protecting the brand. Also interacting with mentors and ensuring that we have the right quality of mentors, because that's a very critical aspect of the program. One of the other things that we do also in terms of it's also to help the founders themselves, with various kinds of challenges, questions that they have around their product, their solutions, So that's what I would say are my critical tasks. Of course, I've got a big team in Lagos, so there's a lot that is spread across the team that makes it work,
Awesome. And speaking of that, what does the perfect local leader team look like in your opinion?
Well, I would say that a team with multiple skills is extremely important. I mean, I would not discuss the success or the impact that Lagos has had, even in my role as a regional director, without the fact that I have an amazing team. So a team that has someone who's got an entrepreneurial mindset, a team that has someone who's got an operational mindset, a team that has someone who's very good with marketing and business development, a team that has someone who's very good with maintaining the mentors, ensuring the mentors are cool, are happy with the brand, are engaged at all times. I would say that the biggest, most important factor for any successful chapter is to have the right mix of team and talent. I think one of the biggest reasons why chapters fail is the fact that local leaders don't sort of spread the roles and responsibilities effectively. So what happens is maybe the burden of the chapter is on one leader, and after a while the leader burns out, and everything just goes. I think that what has helped us in Lagos is the fact that things are evenly spread across the directors, and everyone is at it. So we have things around, so every week we run a director's call. I mean, just like HQ does a global weekly call, we also do in Lagos, we also do a weekly director's call. Directors have a tracking sheet where we track our activities. We also use WhatsApp to manage our responsibilities. So no director drops the ball. I mean, you have no excuse not to deliver. The only excuse is if you are sick or something happens to your family or loved ones, that is understandable. But no other excuse is acceptable. You have signed up to do this and you've got to get it done. So I think that it's the fact that we've got a team of people who are passionate, who are committed. I think it makes all the difference. I mean, all the difference.
Wonderful. And okay, so what is your favorite part about being a local leader?
Well, I think for me, it's the impact, right? It's the fact that, you watch lives transform. So you see someone go into the week 1, and by week 10, week 11, week 12, this guy or this lady is completely transformed in terms of how they approach business, I mean, the one that even interests me the most is the confidence level. All of a sudden, they become more confident, they become bolder. I mean, and that's really what has encouraged me to sort of spread the message across Africa to my various ecosystem builders and influencers that, one of the ways that we can help the continent is to create a new set of entrepreneurs who follow like a structured curriculum to build their entity. That way, they cut all the things around, all the errors that are not necessary, they sort of navigate those errors and sort of have a support structure, which I think that is lacking in many parts of Africa. Support structure to build a startup, and have people who embrace failure, like they see you fail, they know you have failed, but yet they want to support you, they embrace you. I think what I enjoy most is just the impact, the fact that I know that this is impact and it's happening across lives. I mean, every other thing comes secondary. I mean, the impact for me is number one, the impact to want to change lives, the impact to want to help launch new businesses and change the world. I think that's really drives me.
Fantastic. And then are there any professional benefits you've seen from running an FI chapter? Or have you seen any benefits to you directly in what you're trying to achieve?
Certainly. So today, I have speaking engagements, consulting gigs, and of course, right now at VC Lab, also trying to understand what it takes to be a VC. 2-3 years ago, I never would have put VC as part of what I want to do. I want to becoming a VC. But right now, I'm in VC Lab, I'm learning about it. So I think the opportunities for FI, and again, of course, for me, in my unique position, I think what's interesting for me is the fact that, I have been able to collaborate with leaders across Africa in a very unique way. And so FI becoming the bridge for us, to collaborate and work together for the greater good, So I think that professionally, there's a lot of benefit. And also, of course, that in Lagos also, we got a sponsorship from a bank, one of the biggest banks in Africa, and that has also helped our chapter. And I think also what made that possible is the discipline that we also approach this whole project with. So I'll give you an instance, we have a director who's in charge of business development. Every other week, as part of his responsibility, is to send out proposals, which FI already made available, we just customized for our local region. Every other week, we're sending out 5-10 proposals to various organizations, insurance companies, banks, manufacturers. We're sending out our tentacles. And of course, at some point, laws of averages, a ratio begins to appear, and a ratio of success, 1 in every 10, So that has helped us a lot. So I think that there are benefits of becoming an FI leader, but the benefit is also tied to how you also approach it, how you also drive your team, how you also make this like so in our case, we treat it like a startup. So, it's FI, but it's also a startup within FI. So for us, FI Lagos is a startup, and part of our goal is to make it sustainable.
Right, and you've done an amazing job so far, and I can't wait to see what Lagos has, if we're in its future, of course. And so my last question for you is there anything else you would like people to know about being a local leader?
Well, I think that one thing is clear. I mean, if you decide to be part of Founder Institute, you have signed up to be a game changer, you've signed up to be an innovator. And a good thing is that you'll be working with a set of people across the HQ team and across the world who are completely passionate. I mean, one of the things I enjoy most, I didn't mention earlier, is a weekly global call. I mean, the amount of knowledge that just gets, I don't speak in those meetings, right? I just get to listen in and suck in a lot of information, and I go back more inspired. So I think that, FI is a fun place to be. FI is a great place to be. So far, one of the best decisions of my life, and I really don't regret. I enjoy every bit of the game, and I think that for every local leader out there considering, I think you're not making a mistake. You are just going to be part of a set of people who are bent to change the world against all odds. I love the way we have approached this whole period of COVID and pandemic. Adeo and the rest of the team, you, Rachel, John, you guys have shown great leadership. Ryan, you've shown great leadership, of how people can sit back, how people can either choose to sit back and whine or cry, or how you can go out there, hope for the best, do your best, and hopefully change the world. So, this is the best place to be, honestly. And I'm not saying this because, you know, I'm part of, I mean, and a lot of times people ask me, CFA, you get paid by FI? Is this a paid role? You know, they're so passionate. I'm like, no, it's not a paid role. Yeah, the pay is an equity, but it's paid forward, you know, but I just love it, right? I love it. It's the best decision I've made so far.
That's amazing. And we feel very equally as lucky to have you, CFA. So I want to make sure that's clear. You've done so much amazing work all across the African continent. And I think that work cannot be understated in the amount of impact you've had on FI and potential founders and our network as well. So we're very lucky to have you.
Thank you, guys. And thank you for the support always.
Of course. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you, CFA, for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rachel. Always a pleasure.